My responsibilities at Mainline here is mainly supervision of the employees we do have. Right now we have, I believe, 6 full-time and 3 part-time. So I keep pretty busy.
Here at Mainline Agronomy, I work as a sales agronomist. I guess my basic duties is to go out and try to help the farmer as much as I can, get him the products that he needs when he needs them. The reason why we brought NutriSphere-N into our operation here is because the farmer wants to save as much money input costs as he possibly can, and when every farmer would like to have just a one-pass deal where he could go and apply his fertilizer in one and his seed and everything in one shot, and sometimes it's just not possible. So they had to kind of resort to spreading the treated NutriSphere urea over the top and then come and either working it in or just leaving it lay on top. With the urea treated with NutriSphere, they could go and spread it on top and they wouldn't have to worry about it raining or any environmental conditions as far as that goes. And we figured that this product would be a great fit in this area for that reason.
We heard some comments last winter from a few growers that were looking for something to put on their urea. There was a few different kinds out there, and when we got going on the NutriSphere, it seemed like that was the best product we could maybe come up with. So that I guess what we got going with was there's a few other companies that had some items out there, and we didn't feel real comfortable with going with their line. And we by no means know a lot about this product yet. We're learning maybe every day, but what we have seen so far, we kind of like. But I guess to go back to the original question is, there was a need for it. I mean, the farmers actually were asking us to do something, so we had to do something to gear up. And with the situation we have with our new fertilizer plant, we were able to do that.
In this area, we're seeing NutriSphere-N being applied on a couple of certain crops, I guess. For the most part, guys have been using it a lot for like top dressing winter wheat and spring wheat. And there was also a lot of use in using it for corn. They could just spread the NutriSphere urea over the top, and then they won't have to worry about any volatilization.
I guess one of the reasons why some of our growers were interested in using NutriSphere-N was because of high price urea, and they were feeling that putting out the high price urea and having some of that get away on them, they were losing a lot of money. And so we thought this product, NutriSphere-N, would replace some of their losses. The location we have here at Mainline is a 5,000-ton plant with a Renko blending system in it. It's a pretty new blending system. I don't know, I've never heard of it before. But anyway, the reason why we went ahead and did it over here was the Renko has a gear and it calibrates what comes out of the hopper, and it was really easy to track because whatever came out of the hopper, it was being treated real accurate. So that is how we treat our NutriSphere-N, is out of our hopper. We put it in the hopper. It's all done by weight, and it actually came out really, really good this last year.
With our NutriSphere-N coating system that we got here, we figured that we should add some dye with it so the farmers know what they're actually paying for. So when we added in some red dye, and we ended up getting, well, pink urea, as you can see. And we started having some farmers come in, and they're just like, well, hey, where can I get some of that pink urea? He said, that stuff looked kind of cool. I'd like to try it. Just what does it do? And then he'd go through and explain to them how the benefit of it was. And I guess just so we used a coat, like a red dye or a blue dye, or just something to kind of prove to the farmer that they weren't, not getting the product that they were supposed to be.
I guess the other reason why we kind of put a dye in with it was to let the farmer know it was actually getting coated. And it was really on every pallet. That's what surprised myself, I guess. But it does sell when people see that on there. It was amazing, like Curtis says. We had it on the counter, and people were just kind of always wondering what was in that jar, and we were telling them what it was. And so I think there's a lot of interest out there. The one that really sticks out would be the volatilization, because the weather does warm up quite a bit during the day, and you get above 80 above, and that stuff's laying out there, and you're always wondering what's happening. So that was one of the benefits I believe we're seeing. The leaching, I think we're going to have a benefit later on. We'll see that later on in the season. So I think I'm kind of looking forward to this fall to see what kind of yields we have. And we do have some test trials out there, so it'll be kind of interesting to see that. I think it's a good product. You know, I think once people or farmers use it, I think they'll be surprisingly what it does for them. So I'm looking forward to selling more. And once again, it's for our patrons or our farmers to make more money. You know, of course, we do make some money by selling it or handling it, but long range, it's all about having the farmer make some more money on his end.